Welcome back to James Parker Sculpture. For the first time ever, I'm going to attempt to record an entire YouTube video from my phone. The reason for that is the simple fact that I'd never planned on recording a video today, but as the opportunity arose, I really didn't want it to escape me. So here we are, we're at the fantastic Cawdor Castle. Some of you might be familiar with the name Cawdor Castle, even if you've not visited here. Because it hails from the Shakespeare play Macbeth. It's mentioned when, I think it's Duncan comes here. I came to work here for the first time when I met Lady Cawdor way back in 2007, and then after that, after our meeting, she decided that she'd like to commission me to build this sculpture entitled Sun. It sits at the centre of this garden and all the life emanates out in the flower beds round about it. The water from the top of the sphere provides that life, a bit like the sun's at the centre of our solar system. A yew hedge was then planted around about the base, and this sphere was built almost entirely out of reclaimed materials. The castle was undergoing a major renovation project in 2007. It was a 5-year project, and these were slates that came from the castle roof along with lead. I think it looks really well. Just missed the flag on the castle being taken down at the end of the day. Just about see the flagpole in the distance. An absolutely incredible castle, and this is the home of Lady Cawdor. She lives here during the winter mainly, when the castle's not open to the public. Just now it's all roped off and the public can walk around. If you're ever in this part of the world, I'd highly recommend it. It's got some incredible legends about it. And this is a seat that I built shortly after the sphere, and it sits at the edge of the garden and faces back towards the sun, just as it should be. Getting the cheek ends of this seat right were, it was a real challenge, but I think to get the proportions right is so important. This has been enveloped by this bush and moss and lichen. Now, as the sun goes down, I actually want to take you up to Lady Cawdor's summer residence, which is just a couple of miles up the road, where she has a bit more privacy when the garden's open. And I absolutely love this house. I've been fortunate to have a few sculptures up there, and there's one in particular that makes sense to show you in the evening sun, and all will become clear in a moment. Got to duck through all these doorways right here. This is the first glance you get of Cawdor Castle as you come as a visitor, under the boughs of these huge trees. Look at the limbs, absolutely fantastic. Real fairy tale castle in the Scottish Highlands. We're just a few miles from Culloden just now, and you think that this castle's bore witness to all of that, all the troubled times in Scotland and everything that's happened for 1,000 years. Incidentally, that's a really good segue, but it was more by luck than judgment that I mentioned Culloden. My older brother, Bob, or Robert, has got a channel called Scotland Unplugged, and he's really started to take off. A lot of you are familiar with my younger brother, Graham, who's got around 3 million followers online. My older brother is the brains of the outfit. Don't tell him I told you that, but he's the brains of the outfit. He's got a history channel. Go and look it up, Scotland Unplugged. You'll not be sorry. If you like my channel, then I'm quite sure you'll like his channel, because it's all highbrow stuff. Not like Graham's, not like the Hoof GPs. You can tell him I said that, by the way. Go to his channel and in the comments tell him you prefer the highbrow stuff in his brother's channel. Onwards to the other property and to see my other sculptures, and hopefully you're in for a treat. So my reason for bringing you here, just about 2 miles along the road to this beautiful property, is to show you a sculpture that looks at its best in the evening as the sun goes down. That sounds like a terrible thing to say about your work, doesn't it? As the sun goes down, it looks better, but this is the reason why. This is my sculpture, which is called Light. It's a glass sphere and it sits on top of a slate helix. The slate helix representing the two arms of the spiral galaxy that we live in, that is the Milky Way, and the sphere representing the light that emanates from the Milky Way, all the energy. Now, as the sun goes down and gets lower in the sky, it lights up the sphere. You can just about see there. The sun's not really low enough yet, but we're going to wait around an hour until about 8 o'clock. The sun sets at 9, but I've got a long drive home, so we'll wait about an hour, and in the meantime I'll go and show you another sculpture which is just across there. So let's just head across there and have a look, and then I'll have a sit and a relax and let the sun get a bit lower in the sky before we come back over here. It's great to have a body of work in one place. I've got more work here too, and maybe next time I come and visit here when I've got a bit more time, we'll go and have a look at that down in the woods too. So this is Spirit, stack slate. Jump down and get a bit closer. Quite an interesting feature here where we have a lawn, and then we have a big step down here, stung by the nettles, and we have a wall. This is actually called a ha-ha wall, and the idea is that you can look from the property and your view is not interrupted by a wall. It can keep sheep out, it won't keep the deer out, but it'll keep the sheep out, and you can still enjoy your view without that barrier of a wall in the way. It looks as good today as it did 10 years ago when I installed it. I think it is really well named. Spirit does have a sort of quality to it which feels like it wants to transport you through a portal. When I came to install this piece, there wasn't actually a rock here, so I had to bring this rock from a clearing in the woods there. It needed to be substantial, so it was a real challenge. It weighs several tons, and it was really needed to act as ballast for this sculpture, which weighs about half a ton, but it's got a lot more presence than that because of the negative space in the centre. I think these slate sculptures really do have a lot of charm about them. First of all, from a distance you notice the entire form, but the construction draws you that bit closer. Sometimes the simple shapes are the best, the most powerful. Let me know in the comments which is your favourite sculpture, whether you prefer Light, Spirit, the sun, or the moon seat. And then next time I come and visit, I'll aim to show you a piece called Creation, which sits down in an area of Tibetan woodland. Plants that were brought back from Tibet by the Dowager Countess of Cawdor and her late husband. It's now probably an hour and a half until sunset, and you can see already how much more it's been affected by the sun. As the sun gets low in the sky, it hits the side of the glass on this side, causing the other side to illuminate. Where you see, like here, that are lighting up and slightly further up there, that's due to cracks in the glass, and that helps disperse the light and make it travel in different directions, and that could be accentuated of course if we decided to put more pieces of cracked glass. I tell you, with the naked eye it's probably even more dramatic. I think you probably get a better sense of movement, but it really is quite spectacular, and I'm really delighted that I did take the time to stop and come and see this. I don't think I'll leave that so long again. I hope to speak to you soon about some other projects that I have on. I hope you enjoyed this short visit to the Scottish Highlands. Please do let me know what you think of the sculpture. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm always fascinated to hear what you have to say. Wherever you guys are in the world, I hope you're safe and well, and I look forward to seeing you again soon.